Okay, so this is probably going to be terrible, but I've had a few people ask me about the at-home dip nails that I've been doing since we can't really go get our nails done right now. So I've had a few people ask me like what I use, how I do it, tips and tricks. So I figured I would do a little setup right here and do one nail and just show it to anybody who thinks that they could benefit from having just a little video. So here's the dip powder. I got this from Sally's, but Walmart has them. Just a coarse grit file. I don't really use the more coarse side. I use the one that's a little less coarse. Just a toothbrush or a cheap makeup brush to wipe off the powder. These little buffer blocks from Amazon are the best to get your nails as smooth as possible. And then just these little cheap orange sticks from Walmart. This is just a little bit of water for after we buff to get the debris off. These are lint-free nail wipes. These are wonderful when you're doing dip nails because you don't have to worry about the little pieces of lint getting caught. And then here's the step 1, step 2, and I hate step 3, so I just switched to a regular gel top coat. This one does not require a lot. It just gives you a gel-like finish. So I'm going to see if I can prop this up here. This is probably going to be a little bit of a long video, but just bear with me. So this is going to be terrible, but here we go. Okay, so I prepped last night, took all my old nails off, and did like a manicure. So I'm just going to push back the cuticles real quick. And this is a very smooth, fine buffer. I'm just barely gonna buff a little just to give it a little grit. I'm gonna go in with step 1. Probably should have my powder ready to dip in. You can hear my children in the background. I'm probably just gonna do 2 dips because this one's pretty opaque enough for me. Okay, so we've got a little ball. I hope you can see. I'm not gonna go down all the way. You do not wanna do like 2, 3, 4 full dips because it'll be so thick. So I'm gonna go like 3/4 of the way since I'm only planning on doing 2 dips. Get as close as you can without trying to touch your skin if you can at all possible. Stick it back in there. I just kind of dip straight in there. I hope you can see that. And we're just gonna tap it off. Okay, can you see that? Now the trick with your cuticle stick, take it around the edges and get that excess off as soon as possible. Now we're gonna take our toothbrush, wipe it away, okay? I've got a little spot here that I missed, but we'll get that with the second one, no big deal. So we're gonna go back in with the second one. Sorry about Riley, but she's having a great time back there. This one we're gonna do full, but you do not wanna flood your cuticle. So you just kind of wanna put it where the color starts and then push that step 1 back so you're not completely flooding. Just go around. We're gonna dip straight back in. This time I'm gonna try to just lay it in there, not really just dip straight in. We're gonna tap it off. Check around in cuticles. I'm gonna go right here. And we're gonna go around this edge. Gosh, I hope you can see. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Just gonna let that sit for another second. Okay, we're gonna dust it off. Try to dust even to the side just a little bit instead of just going forward. Try to go a little to the side because it'll get kind of stuck there by your cuticle. That looks pretty good. So So now that I'm pretty happy with that, I'm gonna go in with the step 2 activator. Once you do this, there's pretty much no turning back. You'd have to do a lot of buffing after this. And don't be afraid of this activator. You can just kind of get it all on there. You don't have to be, you know, too crazy with it. We're gonna let that dry. Give me just a second. I'll be right back until that dries. 1 second. Okay. All right, so now what I'm hoping that I can show you, I hope you can see around that cuticle line how it's looking pretty good. I do want to point out that I didn't use the toothpick looking side, okay? I did not use this side because it just takes off a little too much and it leaves too much of a gap. So I use this side and I just take this rounded edge where it's super thin and I just round it. Go with your natural cuticle line. Don't try to make it square or whatever shape it's not. Go with your natural cuticle line, it'll look way better. Okay, so here we are. I'm actually pretty happy with this because I don't have to do a lot of buffing. You can see how thin that is, but it's still gonna be super strong. But just for the heck of it, let's go around the edges and just go the way your nail shape is. If this sound kills anybody else, I'm very sorry. It actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, this little orange buffer block will be your best friend. This will get your nails super smooth. So that's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna buff around. And don't be afraid to get right up in that cuticle because this is super soft, so you're not gonna cut yourself. But you wanna make sure you buff up by the cuticle just to make sure it's all good and even. And you may get to this process and think, holy cow, all my color's going away. No, it's not. Just feel it. That feels pretty good. So this is what I'm gonna do, just for this video's purpose. I'm gonna take a lint-free wipe, dip it in a little bit of water, and just go around and get all that off. You can already see how good that looks. Super thin and smooth. I probably could have got by with another layer of this, but I just didn't feel like it. I'm just cleaning up around the cuticle a little bit more. Because you've not set this yet, so if you want to go back and do a little bit of buffing, a little bit more, because you see something you're not happy with, then just do it. But I'm pretty happy with that. So you activate one more time. After you do all of your buffing and shaping and whatnot, activate one more time. We're gonna let it dry. Let it dry for a good minute, at least. Normally I would take just a little bit of alcohol, just like the tiniest bit, on one of these lint-free wipes, but I don't have it with me. So I'm just gonna use a little acetone, no big deal. You barely put any on there, and just wipe it. Make sure it's good and dry. It's looking pretty good. It's good and smooth. Set that out of the way. Now I'm gonna take my top coat. This is what I use because I hate step 3. You do not need a lot. And the beauty of this is you can just paint it on like normal. And there you go. You can see how shiny that is. That top coat is one of my favorites. Here's my mess. See if I can get, that's good and it's not too thick. It's great around the cuticle because we did our little cuticle trick. And there you go. When it dries, actually I'll show you this too. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I just put that over top of the top coat that I just did. And this stuff's great. It takes like a minute or two and all of your nails are dry. But there you go. I hope that helped out one person, and I hope you could see. I probably would have benefited from doing a darker color. And if that would help somebody, if I did a darker color, just tell me. I've got like this hot pink and a good little purple. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, this purple is pretty good. It shows up pretty well. But yeah, I hope that helps somebody, and enjoy it. Have fun doing your nails, because